What up, y'all? Welcome back to another edition of Tutorial Tuesday. It's your boy Greek Indian Hip Hop Beats, aka Dat Boy, and today we're going over bass lines. Now, being a sample-based producer, the bass line is like one of the trickiest parts because you got to find the key of the sample to figure out how to make your bass line. If you just make a bass line with any random set of notes, chances are it's just not going to sound very good. So in this episode, we're going to show you how to find the key of the sample and just tips on how to create bass lines. So let's get to it. Alright, so I created a quick little boom bap loop right here. Here's how it sounds. Alright, so typically when I make bass lines, what I like to do is match the key of the sample with the groove of the kick drum and kind of put it together like that. And so to find the key of the sample here is actually in Edison. All you need to do is come to this flag right here, detect pitch region, and it'll give you the key of all the different notes that are played. So if I zoom in right here, you can see this kind of, it says it starts off at E and then it comes down to C. So chances are this is actually a C. Is if you come to where your actual sample is, we want to go ahead and solo that. Now once it's soloed, obviously it's going to be the only thing that plays. So all you gotta do is right click on this right here to solo it, or you can go to the mixer track and whatever mixer channel it's on, just right click there to solo it, or you can go to your channel rack right here and go to the sample, which I think this is right, which is right here, and then right click solo. Basically, we just want only the sample playing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the master channel. I'm going to open up another Edison. And the beauty of Edison is that you can resample your own music. Go to this drop down right here where it says on input. Just go ahead and change it to on play. And then in Edison, just left click on the record. And so whenever I hit play, it's going to record whatever Fruity Loops is spitting out. And I hit play. So now I have the sample right here. I pitched it all the way up, almost 200 cents. And so I think before we saw it was like an E or a C. I bet when we hit detect pitch region this time, it's going to be different. And now it's an F or maybe a C sharp. And so when you get multiple keys like this, there's a way to make it easier for Edison to pick up. One thing that happens with a lot of these samples is they already have a lot of instruments layered onto each other, and some of them might be playing different keys while some of them are just bass notes that are a little bit longer. What you can do is resample it by just turning off the high end of the sample. Go to track 1 and we'll put an EQ on it. Cut out the high end of the EQ. So I'm going to go back into the Edison where I was resampling, start a new one, record in Edison, play. Click on the flag, detect pitch regions. Alright, so it looks like it's still showing up with the F a little bit, but it looks like it's mostly C sharp right here, start, and then it looks like the second hit right here is going to be F sharp. Alright, now to create a bass line. So personally, I just always use like 808s from kits, or sometimes there's bass line samples for kits. Sometimes I'll use the bass line from the sample, but there's another way I'm going to show you how to use bass lines as well. The channel rack and open up a 3X oscillator. It's going to look like this. Let's go ahead and take the course on number 1, turn it all the way down. Go ahead and take the mix level of number 2 all the way down, and the mix level of number 3 all the way down. Go ahead and set it to its own channel. Alright, so kind of like I said, I like to take the key of the sample, but I like to use the groove of the kick drum. That's why I always typically make the bass lines last. The bass line is kind of what people groove to with that, but I kind of base it off how I do it with the kick drum. Take the kick drum pattern, copy it, go to a new pattern, paste it to the 3X oscillator, or the bass line, or whatever you're going to use. And then we'll open up the piano roll here. Bass line is going to be C sharp. So really it's going from C sharp to F sharp. So I'm going to take, it's on C flat right now. I'm just going to shift it up 1 to C sharp. We're going to go and slide this over, and then I think the other one said it was on F sharp, so let's go ahead and move it up to F sharp. And I can tell it's F sharp because it has a little hashtag right there. Add it in. Let's go ahead and see how it sounds. I think we need to take it down an octave. Alright, so go ahead and add this to the playlist, and let's go ahead and see how this sounds. Now, if you don't really like the 3x oscillator bass sound, you don't know how to edit it, I definitely recommend, getting some drum kits that have some 808s there. You can do the same concept and principle with all of that. But if you don't have access to any 808s and you just need a bass line, I mean, that's the way to do it. When I first started making beats, I never added bass lines to anything, and once I started putting them in, it made my beats a million times better. Find the key of that sample using Edison. You can resample it no matter how you pitch it or shape it or whatever the hell you do to it. If you got any questions about bass lines or anything else that you want to see, definitely let me know in the comments. I'll do a tutorial about it in the future. If you got any suggestions for me or any tips on how to make these videos better or how to become a better producer, definitely let me know as well. Greek Indian hip hop beats with another tutorial Tuesday. Have a good one, y'all.